Gupta again in front of you, continuing this series of Last Lap to AILET 2022. And you all have been attending this series since long, and this is the third session of logical reasoning. So please quickly tell me if I am clearly audible as well as visible to all of you. Come on, give me a confirmation if I am audible as well as visible to all of you. So just write yes in the chat if I am clearly audible as well as visible. So Abhinav, Satya, Asmita, Kinza, Mayur, Ipshita, Taha, all of you are here. Good afternoon, Abhishek. All right, so lots of people have joined in already. Okay, so I am clearly visible and audible to all of you friends. So once again, I welcome all of you to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. And this is the series Last Lap to AILET 2022. And we all are looking at the third session of logical reasoning. You have been attending all these sessions since long. And this is the next session of logical reasoning where we are going to look at these chapters, linear and circular arrangement and groupings. All right, so we'll be looking at these chapters, linear and circular arrangement, and the questions of the type of grouping. Now friends, some of these questions I have picked up from the previous year papers, the actual papers that are already there, and there are some questions that we have made ourselves. All right, now as we have done in the previous lectures, I'll be presenting the sets one by one to all of you, will be giving you some time to solve. And I request all of you that all of you must solve all these questions in the live format. Again, this is a way of getting 100% from this session. So in case you are just watching this session as a news, no, this is not advisable to all of you. You must try to solve all these questions in the live format and post your answers in the chat. All right, so let's start with this session very quickly. So the first set will appear in front of you. The first set is a set of linear arrangement, okay, and we'll have three questions that will follow the common set of data. I'll present the common set of data to all of you, the set of directions. I'll give you 1.5 to 2 minutes to rearrange, to decode that particular set, and then we'll have a discussion and we'll find out what all will be the different cases that we can make, and then we'll move on to the questions one by one. All right, so the set will appear in front of you in a few seconds. So directions for question number 1 to 3. Answer the questions based on the following information. So this is the set of information that is given to you. Now the first information says that A, B, C, D are to be seated in a row, but C and D cannot be together. Also B cannot be at the third place. So that's it. This is the amount of information that is given to you. Based on this, I'll give you 1.5 minutes. Quickly make all the possible cases for the arrangements of A, B, C and D and post done in the chat box. All of you, as soon as you are done, as soon as you want me to start with the discussion, please post done in the chat box. Now before we'll go to the questions, I'll ask you one question. How many different cases, how many different possibilities are there you can arrange A, B, C and D in a row? Come on. So students, good afternoon. Those students who have joined in just now, this is the first set on your screen. Quickly decode this set and post done in the chat box. Kinza, Asmita, Hariom, wonderful people. Good. You're already done. Abhinav, all right. Abhinav has already posted. Abhinav has posted the sequence in which ABCD will be arranged. Satya, Ipsita, good. All right. So a lot of people are done. So let's move on to the analysis of this data. Okay. Now, first of all, we have 4 people who are seated in a row A, B, C and D. And let's look at the 2 more set of information that is given with this set. Okay. Now, C and D cannot be together. Nice. Okay. We know that C and D cannot be together. And the last piece of information is also B cannot be at third place. So if I'll make 4 chairs like this, 1, 2, 3, and 4, B cannot come at third place. B cannot sit at this place. Okay. And the next condition is C and D cannot be together. Okay. Now let's make all the possibilities of arranging C and D. Right. Now, since C and D cannot come together, so there should be at least one person that should be there in between C and D. Okay, so I can start placing C and D at first and third chair. Okay, now since no particular position of C and D is given, so I can say that C and D can come at any of the two places 1 and 3. Okay, so C or D, B or C. Okay, so this is how I can place C and D. This is one way. Also, C and D can come at first and fourth place. Okay, so C and D at first or fourth place. This is another way I can place C and D. Okay, another way can be placed. It will be chair number 2 and chair number 4. So C and D can come at these two places as well. Now make sure that like I'm writing C and D both. Okay, so there can be two possibilities with respect to this. There can be two possibilities to arrange C and D with respect to this, and similarly for this. So C and D can come at any of these places, right? Now let's start arranging A and B in this case. Now for the first case, this is case number 1, case number 2, and case number 3. Okay, for the first case, B cannot come at chair number 3. Already either C or D has come at chair number 3. Okay, so A or B के लिए कौन सी places बचेंगी? Now A and B can come at chair number 2 and chair number 4. Okay, so again A and B can interchange their places. All right, so A or B, यहाँ पे भी आ जाएगा A or B. Right, so this is the first case which will give rise to a lot of cases. Okay, fine, so we are just writing the possible places for these 4 people. Now moving on to case number 2. Now case number 2, B cannot come at chair number 3. Okay, so the only vacant chair left for B at which B can be seated is chair number 2. So B will be placed here and A will come here. Okay, lastly case number 3, again the same thing will happen. Chair number 3 is vacant but B cannot sit there. So B will sit at chair number 1 and A will sit at chair number 3. All right, so these are all the different possibilities that may arise. Now understand that there are a lot of possibilities. Now for the first case, C and D can interchange their places, 2 possibilities for this, and similarly 2 possibilities for A and B. So in total, case number 1 will give rise to 4 different sub cases. Okay, similarly in case number 2, C and D can interchange their places, so it will give rise to 2 cases. And similarly in case number 3, C and D will interchange their places, so 2 cases will arise. So Abhinav, you are absolutely correct when you are saying that there will be 8 possibilities in this question. Okay, I'm not writing all these 8 possibilities one below the other, but you are like, you can see all these possibilities. So I have made a table that shows all the different possibilities. Okay, so if C and D can come at second and fourth place, there is like possibility for B to come at first place and A will be at third place. Similarly, C and D at first and fourth places. Okay, so C and D at first and fourth places, these are the possibilities. Okay, and the last two when C and D are at first and third places. Okay, so we have made all these cases. Now let's start moving towards the question. So question number 1 on your screen now. Now all of you may answer this one. Which of the following must be false? You have to tell me in 4 options में से false कौन सा होगा, and read the language carefully. Which of the following must be false? So language is not asking you which of the following may be false. So you have to find out among the 4 options which is definitely a false option. All right, so Abhinav has made all the cases. Abhinav, that was not required. So look at the first question and start giving me answer for this one. So which of the following must be false? Okay, so let's look at the answer for this one. So we had these possibilities at the bottom of your screen, which we have already made. Now, which of the following must be false? Option A says A is at first place. No, A is not at the first place, right? So A is not at the first place. A first place पे कभी नहीं होगा. Okay, and ये बोल रहा है A is at the first place. So definitely I can say that option A is false. Okay. Now let me check other options as well. I'm checking option B. Option B says that A is at the second place. Now A may be at the second place, A may not be at the second place. So option B will be either true or false depending upon the different cases that we are making. Okay, so option B will not always be a false statement. Okay, so it cannot be the answer. Option C, A is at the third place. So A may or may not be at the third place again. So C option is not definitely false. Option D, A is at the fourth place. Again, A may or may not be at the fourth place. Okay, so this option may or may not be false, right? But we have seen that A will never come at the first place. Okay, so option A is definitely false and hence it is our correct answer. All right, so option A is correct answer for this question. Let's move on to the second question. All of you, wonderful. If A is not at the third place, then which of the following options does C have? Be careful. You have to look at the different cases that we have seen. Okay, so observation proper hona chahiye. So just consider all possibilities that we have made and give me an answer. If A is not at the third place, then which of the following options does C have? Yes, any answer? All right, Goransh, first one to give an answer. Asmita, Taha, Abhishek, Akansha, Shikhar. Nice. So let's look at again the different cases that we have made. So now they are saying that if A is not at the third place, so that means I will not consider this case and this case. Okay, A is not at the third place. So I'll consider any one of these two cases which are at the bottom of this table. So if A is not at the third place, then which of the following options does C have? Okay, so if A is not at the third place, so C may come at chair number 1 or chair number 3. So place 1 and place 3. These are the two possible options that C will have. Okay, so the correct answer will be option B, first and third place. Both of them are correct. Nice. So wonderful reply by most of you. So almost all of you are correct. That is nice. Moving on to the third question. So the correct answer for this was option B. And let's move on to the third question. If A and B are together, then which of the following must be necessarily true? That means always true. Okay, so be careful with the language that is being used here. If A and B are together, then which of the following must be necessarily true? Yes, yes, yes. Any answer? Abhinav, nice. Okay, so let's check this one out. Now, if A and B are together, okay. Now, A and B are together in which of these cases? Not in this case, not in this, not in this. So there is only this possibility where A and B are sitting together. So if A and B are together, then which of the following must be necessarily true? Option A. C is at the third place. No, C is not at the third place. A is at the third place. So option A is wrong. Okay. B, option B, first and third place. Okay, wait. कुछ गड़बड़ लग रही है. एक बार check करना पड़ेगा. A is at the third place. Okay. So this option A is at third place. So A is at third place. Yes, this is absolutely correct. D is at first place. No, D may or may not be at the first place. C is at the first place. Again, C may or may not be. So the correct answer is option B. Okay, that is A is at the third place. All right. So these were the three questions for the first set. Now let's quickly move on to the next set. Now, my dear friends, next set will be slightly difficult. Okay, this is a set of circular arrangements, right? Now, all of you, I'll give you 2 minutes. Make all the possibilities of arranging these people around the circular table. Give me a go ahead, and then we'll look at the question. So, I've kept only one question. The only important part in this set is decoding, making the arrangement of these 8 people. Okay, so these are the conditions which are given to you. So these are the 5 conditions. One fine evening, 8 friends P, Q, R, S, U, V, W, and X gathered at a party. They all sat at a circular table for dinner. 5 conditions are given. Quickly make the circular arrangement of these 8 people. I'll give you 2 minutes. Now, when nothing is given about the direction in which they are facing and they are sitting around a circular table, so we have to take an assumption that all these people must be facing towards the center of the table. Okay. So this is one assumption that you can start with, that these all these 8 people are facing towards the center of the table. Quickly. Okay, nice, Satya, good. Anyone else who is done? Okay, Manish, you are done. Nice. Okay, Abhinav and Satya, please focus on solving these questions, right? Okay, so some of you are done. So I'm starting with the discussion of this set. Now, if I read the original set of statements, they're saying that these 8 friends PQRS, UVWX, these are all sitting on a circular table. Okay, now conditions one by one. I'm sorry. Now, first condition, no 2 boys or girls are sitting together. Fine. Second condition, PQRS are boys and UVWX are girls. Q is sitting to the immediate left of U. R is facing P and is immediate left of W. Okay, and V is sitting to the second left of X. Okay, now looking at these conditions one by one, I'll draw a circle, mark all 8 positions. Okay, now no two boys or girls are sitting together. Fine, this is the first condition. So PQRS, our boys, will sit at alternate places, and so does UVWX, the girls. Now Q is sitting to the immediate left of U. Now circular arrangement का एक simple सा beauty होता है that you can start this arrangement by placing any two, like by placing anyone and then using that person that you have placed as a reference frame. Okay, so Q is sitting to the immediate left of U. I'll start by placing U here. Now Q is to the immediate left of U. So I'll place Q at a position which is immediate left of U. Okay, so this condition is already over. R is facing P. Okay, now PQRS are boys. Now one of the places is taken by a boy. So wait, I'll mark the places for boys with a different color. So Q is a boy. So since boys will sit at alternate places, so I am marking the places for boys with a purple color. Okay, right? So these are the places that I've marked which are reserved for boys. Now R and P are facing each other. Now Q is one of the boys and R and P are other boys and they are facing each other. So the only positions for R and P will be these positions. So either R will sit here, P will sit here, okay, and I'll make one more arrangement in which R and P may interchange their places. Okay, so I am making another set of arrangement, U and Q like this, and R and P, since their position with respect to any other person is not given, so R and P now can interchange their places. So right now there will be two different cases that will be in front of us. Okay, now R is facing P and is immediate left of W. Now R is facing P and R is the immediate left of W. So in the first case, W will come at this position. W's immediate left will be R, and in the second, W will come at this place because R is sitting to the immediate left of W. Okay, fine. Now V is sitting second to the left of X. V is sitting second to the left of X. Now looking at the first, second to the left, that means there will be one person between V and X. Now V is sitting second to the left of X, so X will come here and V will come here, okay, and the remaining person, who is it, S, will sit here. In the second case, V is sitting second to the left of X, so X के लिए एक ही position है, V will come here and the person who is remaining again is S will come here. Okay, so there can be two different possibilities for this circular arrangement. Okay, now after this there may be different type of questions that may be asked to you. So let's say on the basis of this arrangement, if I'll ask you who is sitting second to the left of U, who is sitting second to the left of U, what will be your answer? Who is sitting second to the left of U? Come on, post your answer, all of you. All right, great. So now for this, there can be two different possibilities. We have seen two different arrangements. So there may be two different possibilities. There may be a unique answer. There may not be a unique answer. Okay. So second to the left of U. Now U is sitting here Second to the left of you in the first case is W. Second to the left of you in the second case is X. So there may be two possibilities that may arise. It may be W or it may be X. All right. So this is how they can ask you different questions. Okay. Now let's look at one of the questions that is attached to this particular set. All of you, I'm moving on to the questions. I hope you have drawn this arrangement. So arrangement in a proper way is like this. But let's move on to question number 4. Who is facing S in this arrangement? Who is facing S? Can you all give me an answer? I'm really sorry. I'm unwell today. Okay, so please pardon me. All right, so which option A, B, C, D is the correct answer? Nice. Now, if I'll move back to the arrangement that I have drawn, they're asking they're asking who is facing S. Now, S is at this place, and in both cases, Q is facing S. So, yes, we have a unique answer for this one. Okay, so who is facing S? So, it is Q who is facing S. So the correct answer, yes, it will be option B. So all of you are absolutely correct. Great. Okay. Now with this, let's move on to the third set of arrangements, and this will be a challenging set for all of you. Okay. So I am displaying the common piece of information. There will be two questions attached, but the challenge is uh, arranging these people. Okay. So I'll give you 2 minutes, after which I'll start with the discussion of this set. A wonderfully made set this one is. Thank you, Taha. Thank you for understanding and appreciating this fact. So read every set of information carefully. You have 2 minutes. I'll give you more than 2 minutes. No worries at all. But don't miss any piece of information here. All right. Satya says he is done. Nice. Good. Satya, starting from any person, just write the clockwise arrangement of these 8 people. You can start from anyone and just write the clockwise arrangement of these 8 people. You can post your answer in the chat box. All right, Shikhar is also done. Wonderful. Any other student? Daman is also done. Okay, nice. Ipshita, very good. Daman, Shikhar, Satya, nice, good, very good. I'll wait for another few seconds and we'll start with the discussion. Okay. Okay, Vaibhav, I'm waiting. Don't worry. Abhinav has written the answer. Akansha, Ashmita, Manish. Few more seconds. Meanwhile, I'll draw the table and let's discuss each and every point here. Okay. Okay, so I'm starting with this now. 8 persons A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S are sitting around a rectangular table. So it's a rectangular table that is given. The one who sits at the corner of the table faces opposite to the center. So opposite to the center, who are sitting at the corners, and the ones who are sitting at the middle of the side, okay, they are facing towards the center of the table. So something like this. All right. So this is what is given to us in the second statement. Now, third statement, persons sitting on opposite sides are exactly opposite to each other. Fine. Q sits immediate to the right of D. Q sits immediate to the right of D. Now, right now, I don't know Q is facing inside or outside. Similarly, D is facing inside or outside. Right now, I don't know. So, the first task will be, will identify कि कौन corners पे बैठा है और कौन sides पे बैठा है. ठीक है? Now, understand one thing. जो लोग opposite बैठे हैं, like people who are facing, like people who are opposite to each other, they all are facing towards the center of the table, or they all are facing to like outside the center. So opposite वाले लोग same direction में face कर रहे हैं, इतना पता है. And similarly, the people who are sitting adjacent to each other, people who are sitting adjacent to each other, they are facing the opposite directions. Now Q sits to the immediate right of D. Immediate right of D is Q. Okay, so I can say that D and Q, they must be facing opposite directions. Okay, so I'll make two groups. Group number one, group number two. Okay, right now I don't know group number one corner पे बैठा है या फिर side पे बैठा है. Okay, but group number one, group number one will be for the people who are facing in one direction, and group number two for the people who are facing the other direction. Okay, अब Q and D are immediate neighbors, so Q and D must be facing opposite directions. Okay, so D और Q इन दोनों में से एक ग्रुप वन में आएगा और दूसरा वाला ग्रुप टू में चला जाएगा. इट विल बी Q और D. Alright, so D and Q will be in different groups. Okay, this is what we know up till this point. Now, next statement, statement number 4, both R and C are sitting opposite to each other. So R and C दोनों सेम ग्रुप में होने चाहिए. अभी उसको किसी भी ग्रुप में डाल दो, ग्रुप वन ग्रुप टू, कोई फर्क तो है नहीं. So R and C will come in the same group. Okay, because they are sitting opposite to each other, right? Only one person sits between A and B. A और B के बीच में एक person है. So look at the table. Look at the table on the right hand side of your screens. People who are sitting at alternate places are facing the same direction. So I can say that A and B should also face the same direction. अब ग्रुप नंबर वन में दोनों तो नहीं आ सकते because ग्रुप नंबर वन में already 3 people there. Okay, so A and B will have to go to group number 2. So A and B in group number 2. Okay, now next is, so let's complete this statement. Only one person sits between A and B. Who? So B, who does not sit near to D. So B D के साथ में नहीं बैठेगा. Fine. Next चलते हैं. C sits near to Q. C sits near to Q मतलब C and Q are adjacent to each other. So C and Q must be in opposite directions. दोबारा बता देता हूं मैं. Last statement. C sits near to Q. Okay, so C and Q must be facing opposite directions, so that means they must be in different groups. अगर C group number 1 में है, so Q should be in group number 2. So let's make this thing clear. So Q will be in group number 2. I'll remove D from here, and D will be in group number 1. Okay, fine. Up till this point. Now, two persons sit between D and S. Two persons are there between D and S. अगर दो person होंगे किसी भी बीच में, let's consider this place and this place. So that means they are facing the opposite direction. So two persons sit between D and S. So D अगर group 1 में है तो S group 2 में हो जाएगा. Okay, and the remaining person is P. P will come in group number 1. Now the last part of the statement, two persons sit between D and S. S who faces the center. So S center को face कर रहा है. That means group 2 are the people who are sitting on the side and group 1 are the people who are sitting in the corner. Okay, because S is the person who is facing towards the center. Okay, so center की तरफ कौन face कर रहा है? जो side पे बैठे हैं. All right, so people who are sitting on the sides of this table are facing towards the center. So S is facing towards the center. So that means S is sitting on the side. So group 2 is sitting on the sides and group 1 is sitting on the corners. So we have got this information up till now. Okay, now let's move ahead and now start placing all of them. So I'll start with this condition. Q sits immediate right of D. ओके, सो D कहां पे बैठेगा? कॉर्नर पे बैठेगा. तो D को किसी भी कॉर्नर पे बिठा दो. ओके, D को मैं यहां पे बिठा देता हूं एट दिस कॉर्नर. नाउ Q सिट्स टू द इमीडिएट राइट. नाउ D इज फेसिंग आउटसाइड द सेंटर ऑफ द टेबल. ओके, सो D का राइट ये वाला हो जाएगा, दिस डायरेक्शन. Q sits immediate right of D, so Q will sit at this place. Right? Statement over. Done. Next statement. Both R and C are sitting opposite to each other. Now R and C are also in group 1. Okay, and they are sitting opposite to each other. Corners पे बैठे हैं और opposite बैठे हैं. Okay, अब D ने तो एक corner occupy कर लिया है. D के opposite R और C में से कोई नहीं हो सकता. So the remaining two corners will be occupied by R and C. Okay, so R or C, C or R. I don't know right now who will sit at which place. So I have placed them like this. Right? Now only one person sits between A and B who does not sit near to D. अभी इसको छोड़ देते हैं, वापस आएंगे इस वाली स्टेटमेंट पे. Last statement, C sits near to Q. So C sits near to Q. Okay. So यहां पे C बैठेगा Q के पास. So Q के immediate left में C बैठेगा. Right? So I'll remove R from here and R will sit opposite. Okay? Up till this point, we all are clear. Next, two persons sit between D and S. S faces the center. Okay? Now two person will sit between D and S. D की तो chair fix है, position fix है. अब S कहां बैठ सकता है? So S will either sit at this place or sit at this place, so that there will be two persons sitting between D and S. Okay. Next, only one person sits between A and B. Now, if S will sit at this place, A and B will have to sit opposite to each other and there will be three persons between them. So S cannot sit at that place where I have put a tick mark. So S की place यहाँ से हटा देते हैं. So S will sit at this place. So S की place fix हो गई है. Now remaining place for A and B. Only one person sits between A and B. B does not sit near to D. So B will sit here and A will sit here, and the last person who is P will sit at this place. Okay. So थोड़ा सा time लगाना है. I'm telling you there will be minimum 4 or 5 questions with this set. I have just included 2 of them. Okay. So the main part was decoding this set. That was the main part. Okay. And I'm telling you there will be at least 4 to 5 questions attached with such a set. So let's have a look at the questions. So this is the arrangement that we will have. Moving on to the first question, all of you focus here now. Tell me the answer for who among the following sits third to the right of P. Third to the right of P, who among the following will sit? Yes, any answer for this? Yes, any answer for this one? Satya, you can ignore such things there are some things which are not in our hand and we can just ignore all of them. Okay, so who among the following sits third to the right of P? Now, third to the right of P, P is sitting here. Now, third to the right of P, P is facing outside, so right direction will be this. So first, second, and third. So A is sitting third to the right of P. So the correct answer will be option A. Next question, question number 6. How many persons sit between P and Q when counted to the left of P? Be careful, when counted to the left of P. How many persons sit between P and Q when counted to the left of P? Muskan, I'll clarify that particular thing to you. Okay. So in the last question it was asked, in the previous question, I'm talking about previous one, third to the right of P. So first is this one, second is this one, and third will be this one, right of P. So right of P. Okay. So A was the answer for previous question. Now here, how many persons sit between P and Q? So P is sitting here and Q is sitting here when counted to the left of P. Left of P is this. So there are two persons who are sitting here. So the correct answer will be option A for this one. Okay. So yes, all of you are absolutely correct. The correct answer is option A for this one. Okay. So friends, that is all about arrangements. Now let's move on to our next thing, grouping and selection. Okay. Now, you will definitely find good number of questions from grouping and selections in your examinations. So let's have a look at few such sets. So practice set 1 related to groupings and selections on your screen now. A combination of 3 tiles is to be chosen for flooring out 7 available types. A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z as per the given conditions. So let's look at the conditions. So these are the 3 conditions that we'll have to see to solve all the questions that will be given now. Okay. Yes, 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 Satya. अभी हमारे पास 2 सेट और बचे हैं. So combination of 3 tiles is chosen. Please note down all these conditions that are given. So there are a total of 7 tiles A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, and let's look at the conditions one by one. So condition number 1 says that if A or B is chosen, the other must also, so just write other, the other must also be chosen. If A or B is chosen, the other must also be chosen. Second, C and D cannot be chosen together. Third, either A or C or both must be chosen. So condition number 1 says that if A or B is chosen, the other must also be chosen. So मतलब अगर A को चूज करेंगे तो B को भी सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, B को सेलेक्ट करेंगे तो A को भी सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. तो या तो ये दोनों सेलेक्ट होंगे या फिर इन दोनों में से कोई भी सेलेक्ट नहीं होगा. This is the basic meaning of this statement. Okay. Second statement, C and D cannot be chosen together. So इन दोनों को एक साथ सेलेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. तो या तो सिर्फ C होगा या फिर D होगा या इन दोनों में से कोई भी सेलेक्ट नहीं होगा. Okay, so C and D cannot be selected together. इनको एक साथ select नहीं कर सकते. Third statement says that either A or C or both must be chosen. मतलब या तो A को select करना है या फिर C को select करना है या फिर दोनों को select करना है. We don't have an option of rejecting both of them. दोनों ए और सी को रिजेक्ट नहीं कर सकते. Alright, so these are the basic meanings of these conditions. Let's move on to the questions one by one. So obviously with the given conditions, with the given information given in the question, you will have to mark the answers. So question number 1 says, which one of the following confirms to the given condition? Which of the following confirms to the given conditions? Any answer for this? Which of the following confirms to the given conditions? Okay. Now what you can do is you can play a game of rejections in such questions. So try to reject 3 out of 4 options, and the option which is not rejected will be your answer. Okay. So let's start doing that. I can reject option B. I can reject option B because in option B, A is selected, but according to condition 1, A and B, if chosen, must be chosen together. Okay, so in option B, A is selected but B is not there. So option B will be rejected. On the similar basis, option C can be rejected because B is the only one who is selected. They are not selecting A. And with the same reason, I can reject option D because only A is there. If A is there, B should also be there. Okay, so I have rejected B, C and D. Now A is confirming to all the conditions given below. Option A is confirming to all the conditions given below. So A or B is chosen, the other must also be chosen. तो हम A और B दोनों को select कर ही नहीं रहे. Okay, C and D cannot be chosen together, so only C is there. Either A or C or both, so C is there. So all the 3 conditions are satisfied. Correct answer will be option A. Am I clear to all of you? All right. So correct answer option A. Let's move on to our next question. Question number 2 related on the same data. If D is chosen, which of the following could also be selected? So it is given that D is definitely selected. D is chosen. With D, which other 2 can also be selected? All right. Now option A, if I'll check. So option A, with D, they are selecting only B, not A. So if B is selected, A should be selected. So I can reject option A. On the same lines, I can reject option B because A is selected, B is not selected. Right? Now, option C, will it be correct? They are selecting C and X. Now, what is the problem with this? C and X, A and B. Now, D is already selected. Statement number 2, condition number 2 says that C and D cannot be selected together. So if D is selected, C cannot be selected. So option C is removed on that basis. Now option D is the only one left and will be the correct answer. They are selecting both A and B. Condition number 1 is there. Condition number 2 is there. Condition number 3 is also satisfied. So the correct answer here is option D. Okay. Now last question for this set, and then after which we'll have one more set. If X is chosen, which of the following could also be chosen? So Again, playing the game of rejections. X is selected. Now option B cannot be the answer because in option B only A is selected. They have not selected B. So condition number 1 is not satisfied. Similarly, in option C, they are selecting B and not A. So again, it is against condition number 1. In option D, the same is happening. A is selected, B is not selected. So option D is also rejected. So the correct answer will be option A. Such an easy set of questions. Okay. Now let's move on to the last set of the day. Let's move on to the last set of the day. So next 3 questions are based on this set of information. Quickly read it, post done in the chat box as soon as you are done reading this amount of information. Webber, which question you are talking about? The previous set? So previous set was अगर A select होगा तो B भी select होगा, B select होगा तो A भी select होगा. Okay. So if A or B is selected, the other one must also be selected. Webber, I've just explained the first condition of the previous question. So now focus all of you on this one. Once you are done reading this, please give me a go ahead and I'll start with the questions. Okay, Abhishek is done. Abhishek, just a few more seconds. I'll wait and then we'll move on to the questions. And once again, I'm really sorry. I'm unwell today. So you all will have to bear with this. Pardon for a few things. Okay. Last set for the day. Okay, people are done. So don't worry. You can just quickly note down these conditions and some extra information will be given with every question that you'll have to treat with. So the first question for this set on your screen now. So any answer for this one? All right. Thank you, Abhishek and Manish. All right. Now I'm taking you back to the information that was given to us. Information says that there are 5 flagpoles lined up next to each other in a straight row in front of a school. So there are 5 flagpoles in a row. Each flagpole flies one flag and one pennant. So there is a flag and a pennant. The color of the flags are red, white or blue, and pennant colors are green, white or blue. The following are the conditions that affect the placements of a flag and pennants on the poles. So हर एक पोल पे एक फ्लैग होगा और एक पेनेंट होगा. फ्लैग का कलर रेड, व्हाइट और ब्लू में से कोई भी एक हो सकता है. पेनेंट का कलर ग्रीन, व्हाइट और ब्लू में से कोई भी एक हो सकता है. So first condition says, on a given flagpole, the pennant and the flag cannot be of same color. So pennant and flag, they both should be of different colors. First condition. Second is, two adjacent flagpoles cannot fly the same color flag. So adjacent poles पे same color का flag नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay. Same is the condition with the pennants. So two adjacent flagpoles cannot fly the same color pennants. Right. The last condition, no more than two of any color flag or pennant may fly at the same time. So दो से ज्यादा सेम कलर के फ्लैग नहीं होने चाहिए, दो से ज्यादा सेम कलर का पेनेंट नहीं होना चाहिए. Alright, so these are all conditions that we'll have to follow. Now flagpoles are red, white or blue and pennants are green, white or blue. Let's move on to the first question related to this set, which all of you have seen. So let's get into the discussion. Conditions are given as below. Okay. So color of the flags are red, white or blue and pennants green, white or blue. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the 5 flagpoles. ऊपर की तरफ मैं फ्लैग का कलर लिखूंगा एंड नीचे below that I'll write the color of the pennant. So question says that if the second and fifth pennants are blue, so blue pennant and blue pennant, second and fifth pennants are blue, second and fifth flags are red, so these flags are red, and the third flag is white, then which one of the following must be true? Okay, now before I'll go to the options, let us try to see if we can place some other colors, flag and pennants. Okay, now can anyone tell me what should be the color of the flag of pennant 4, of flagpole 4? What should be the color of the flag? Here, fourth number पे color क्या होगा? Now red already दो red हो चुके हैं, so red cannot be used again as the color of the flag. Red cannot be used again. Okay, white already third पे है तो white fourth पे नहीं आ सकता, so it has to be blue color. Okay, now first pole, the flag color can now be either blue or white. Okay, now for pole, दो blue already आ चुके हैं तो another blue cannot be used. Now third number pennant, if I'll check, so two blues are already there. Color of the flag is white, so I cannot use white as the pennant here, so I'll have to use a green pennant. Okay, green pennant will come here. Similarly at fourth number, I cannot use blue, I cannot use green, okay, because they are both adjacent, so I'll have to use white here. And similarly for the first pole, the color of the pennant can be either green or white. Okay, so which of the following statements must be true? Option A, two of the flags are white. No, not necessarily. So third is definitely white, but first can be either blue or white. So option A is not necessarily correct. Option B, two of the pennants are white. Similarly with pennants, one pennant is white definitely, but for the first one, the first pennant may be green or white. So option B is not also necessarily correct. Option C, the fourth pennant is green. Okay, now fourth pennant is not green, it is white. So option C is also incorrect. Now option D has to be correct, definitely. Okay, so if first flag is white, so यहाँ पे अगर first flag अगर white है, तो यहाँ पे opposite में pennant use नहीं कर सकते same color का, so it has to be green. So if the first flag is white, yes, then the first pennant will be green. So correct answer is option D. So option D, as given by all of you, wonderful people, option D is absolutely correct. Question number 5 Have a look at it and try to give me an answer for this. If the first flag is red and the second pennant is blue, then which of the following is not necessarily true? If the first flag is red and the second pennant is blue, then which one of the following is not necessarily true? So not necessarily true means it may be true, it may be false. So they are saying that if the first flag is red and the second pennant is blue, then which of the following is not necessarily true? Now, first flag is red, okay. Second flag cannot be red and it cannot be blue as well because the second pennant is blue. So the second flag has to be white. All right. Okay. Now for the pennants, let's check the first pennant. First pennant can be either green or white. So I cannot be sure about any other flag color or any other pennant color. So let's have a look at this. Which of the following is not necessarily true? Second flag is white. This is necessarily true. Second flag is definitely white. So answer cannot be option A. Right? Answer cannot be option A. Option B. If fifth flag is red, so now this is the condition in the question. If the fifth flag is red, then the third flag is blue. Let's check it out. So if the fifth flag is red, so I cannot use another red color flag. Okay. I cannot use white for the third one because second one is white. So it has to be blue. So if the fifth flag is red, then the third flag is blue. This is definitely true. So again, option B cannot be the answer. Okay, fine. All right. Now let's move on to the third option. The third option, if fourth pennant is green, अगर ये वाला pennant green है, then the first pennant is white. अब फर्स्ट वाला पेनेंट व्हाइट हो भी सकता है, नहीं भी हो सकता. So this may be true, may not be true. So option C is not necessarily true. It may or may not be true. Right? So the correct answer for this question that you will mark will be option C. Okay? Now let's move on to the last question of this set and last question for the day. If the first and the third flags are white and second and the fourth pennant is blue, then which one of the following is false? Let's straight away get into solving this question. So 5 poles, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, flags and pennants. If the first and third flags are white, so flags first and third are white, second and fourth pennant blue. Okay, now let's put the colors of all the other flags and pennants if possible. Now first flag is white and third is white. So in the middle, second flag cannot be white because two whites are already used. Pennant is blue, second. We are talking about the second pole. So second pennant is blue. So that means second flag cannot be blue. So it can only be red. Similarly, fourth flag will also be red. Two whites and two reds are already used. So the last flag has to be blue. Okay. Now similarly, second and fourth pennants are blue. So blue now cannot be used as a pennant. Okay. Then the third pennant cannot be white because the flag is white. So it has to be green, the third pennant. Okay. Similarly, the first pennant will be green and the last pennant will be white. So now in this case, I have done with the color of all the pennants and the flags. So which of the following is false? Fourth flag is red. Now fourth flag is red. This is true. So not the correct answer. Fifth pennant is green. Fifth pennant is green. This one is wrong. So option B will be the correct answer. Okay, fine. So the correct answer will be option B. And yes, the correct answer is B. Shazia, you are asking, is this not valid for CLAT at all? Why these questions may come in CLAT as well in the reasoning? All right. Okay. So friends, this is all about this session. Now for the last lap to IELT, 25 power pack sessions are there. Okay. And this slide will give you information about the next 5 sessions that we are bringing up for all of you. So starting from 30th May up to 3rd of June, the schedule is there, and can catch me once again with previous year paper questions of logical reasoning on 1st of June. All right. So this will be the part 1 of previous year paper questions, in which we'll be discussing the exact questions that have appeared in IELT in the previous few years. Okay. Don't forget to join us for CLAT 2022 live analysis with top faculties on 19th of June, as well as IELT 2022 live analysis with again top faculties on 26th of June. So yes, we'll be coming up live in front of you with the analysis of both these examinations on 19th June and 26th June respectively. You can subscribe our YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep and then press the bell icon so that you will not miss any of the notifications. Follow us on Insta, like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel, and download the app. Thank you very much, friends. We'll hope to see you once again on 1st of June. All the best to all of you. Have a good day.